ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Trepp Showcase. In today's video, we are showcasing an absolutely massive mod. This is going to be a multi-part showcase, the first of its kind. And the mod that we are showcasing today is known as the Create mod, a tech mod that not only does it manage to make some incredible contraptions, but also managed to fit into vanilla Minecraft, both with its art style and some of its technology. So we'll get to actually how that technology is used right in a second, but I'd like to remind you, if you're watching this, feel free to subscribe or leave a like. It really does help, and it makes me feel good. Thank you. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So, let's get right into the showcase. And the first bit that we are going to be showing you is what the new stuff that would generate in the world. So there are two new ores, which you can see here. There is zinc ore, which looks like this. It's a nice metallic block, and it's used for a lot of the crafting recipes in the mod. Next ore is copper ore, and as you can see, over time, it oxidizes, both on the block and the ore, and here I have it encased in glass so you can see what it actually looks like normally. As far as I know, there isn't any way to stop it from oxidizing. Now, in this mod, you actually have to generate the power, and here's one of the first ways to do that. This is a water wheel. So first what you're going to need is andesite alloy. This is important for many of the crafting recipes in the mod. You can just get some zinc and some andesite. And eventually, okay, it's gonna happen. Just keep going. Eventually, get the andesite alloy. And this is what's used in a lot of the crafting recipes in the mod. But yeah, not too much to say here. And you can use the andesite alloy to craft some cogwheels. And at this point, I decided, there's so many crafting recipes in this mod, I'm not going to be able to show them all and remember them all. So, it's just easier from this point on. I don't actually show the crafting recipes. But here you go, here's the one for the water wheel. I would recommend installing just enough items if you do want to know the crafting recipes. But using the engineer's goggles from this mod, you can see the stress capacity that it's generating from the water spitting over it. So obviously you can have the water spitting over one way, or you can do a C shape and have it go both ways, and that will obviously generate more power as it's going to rotate faster. Now the next power source is the windmill, which is pretty cool, I'd say. It looks really cool, and it's a nice decoration. And as you can see, it generates a lot of power. Oh yeah, there's not too much to say about it. There are two integral parts for the windmill. First, we're going to have to turn this mechanical bearing off. And then, on the front, you can see there's a radial chassis, which is actually the thing that's moving all of these blocks. But yeah, it can move up to 8 blocks in any direction. And you can use it in various things to move multiple blocks at a time in moving block contraptions. And you can just pull the lever, start it up again. As you can see, a lot of stress units. That's what you use to power things in the mod. Now the third and almost final source of power is fans. When you put a hot block like fire or lava underneath the fan, then proceed to power the fan, you will also generate power from that fan. And of course, you can also use any hot source block. I don't know if it's mod compatible or not, but the last source of power that we have here is the creative motor, which generates a lot of stress units because it's only obtainable in creative. And this is if you're just testing around and you want to have some fun. So it's a pretty simple power source really, but yeah, that's pretty much it for all the power sources in the mod. So let's move on to how to use the power. Well, first thing you're going to want to use is shafts. Shafts will extend the power out from whatever power source you're using, and they'll rotate. And this can be used to power all the different devices in the mod. Now I've got set up a little thing here. We have a mechanical belt moving these turtle legs down and into these hoppers, which is then dispensed and then pushed up by this fan, which is not a power-producing fan, but rather a fan that is being powered. And then they get pushed back onto the belt. How do you turn the power? Well, there's gearboxes for that. So these will turn the power, and then you can move it wherever you want. How do I speed up the power? You might find yourself asking. Well, there's cogwheels for that. If you put a small cogwheel next to a large cogwheel, then the small cogwheel will spin faster. And then you can use this to, well, get it going pretty quick. Gotta go pretty quick. But yeah, by the time you have the output, it is going pretty quick, so you only need a decent amount of space, and, well, let's let this fan get us to the next part of the mod. And I'm going to be talking about belt placement. So how do you craft belts? This is pretty easy. It's interesting because it's done with dry kelp, and not very often used block in vanilla Minecraft, but super useful with the mod. You place the belt on one shaft and then put it on another, and one of the shafts has to be rotating. And the belts can even go up diagonally, so that's pretty cool. And you'll know when it's good to place because the particles will turn green. But yeah. But that's pretty much it for this video, so I will be seeing you in the next one. And remember, this is just part 1. There was a lot more to this mod. It is an amazing mod and one of my favorites ever. So yeah, just part 1. There's a little teaser of what you might see in another part. So make sure to stay tuned and stay subscribed if you want to see the next part of the Create Mod Showcase.